Hey, hello, and welcome back. I am Debbie Peterson of Getting to Clarity, and this is another episode of the Getting to Clarity show. This is the place where busy leaders and those who aspire to leadership come to get the tips, tools, and techniques that they need to create more success in their leadership journey with less sacrifice in their life. And today we are talking about defeating your doubt. Specifically, imposter syndrome, conquering it with the right mindset. Mindset is everything. So stay tuned. So imposter syndrome, it has a sneaky way of just creeping up on people and tripping them up in all kinds of ways. I mean, it's the constant need to prove yourself, as if every achievement is never enough to validate who you are and your capabilities. Sometimes you may dismiss your accomplishments as, oh, that was, luck on timing, or it just happened. I lucked into it, right? I even catch myself saying that I lucked into speaking sometimes. But if you think that your external success is tied to external factors, or your internal success is tied to external factors, then you're not recognizing your own skills and your own hard work. And that is exhausting. And the reason that I know that is because I have been there, caught in that trap of, oh my gosh, they're going to tell me to go away. They're going to tell me to leave. They're going to tell me, I don't have time for you. Instead of really validating what it is that I bring to the table, unique things. So I know that a lot of us have done this, because even professionals fall into this trap of the imposter syndrome. Now, that doesn't mean that self-doubt doesn't crop up in my life. Well, it does. It does all the time as I move ahead and move into new things. But what I know is that when I can identify when it's happening, I know I have the tools to deal with it. And so do you. So my go-to, and what I'm encouraging you to consider, is your mindset. So why is mindset the key to defeating your doubt? Well, mindset is you at your foundation, and it is the ultimate weapon when it comes to defeating doubt and imposter syndrome. And imposter syndrome may never totally go away, but how can you diminish it? Well, by cultivating a positive and growth-oriented mindset, it kind of builds a wall or a shield to keep it at bay. And when you can recognize that everyone faces challenges, it's okay to make mistakes, that's when you start making a dent in your doubts and your imposter syndrome. So what is imposter syndrome? Well, it's that sneaky feeling a fraud. You think you're a fraud despite the evidence of your accomplishments and capabilities. It's like an unwelcome visitor in your mind. It whispers those doubts to you about whether you truly deserve your success, or at some point, any point, you're going to be discovered as a fraud. Even high achievers and talented people, actors, actresses, prominent military personnel, athletes can fall prey to this phenomenon. And what it does is it convinces you that you're an imposter in your own achievements, and it can seriously hinder your confidence and your progress towards leadership success on your terms. So that's why it needs to be dealt with. But when you can recognize and understand that imposter syndrome will flare up, that is the very first step. When you see that that is what is happening, that is a win, because nothing can change unless you're first aware of it. That is the very first step to change. Your first step to defeating it, to embracing your true worth, your true confidence, and your potential. So let's dive into how you can defeat your doubt and conquer your imposter syndrome. So I want to give you 5 easy tips to help move past this when you see it creep up, because it's not like you banish it forever. It still can come around as you try new things, but this is a go-to toolbox, a mindset toolbox that can help you when you find yourself in those situations. So the first tip is to be who you are. Embrace your authenticity. So when you embrace your true self, when you bother to find out who you are without the labels, who you truly are, not what you think you need to be to get ahead, then that is when you tap into your highest and best self, your original self, your strengths. You understand your weaknesses. You have a self-awareness and self-acceptance that is confident. And you understand that as you go through challenges and setbacks and celebrations and just awesome things that happen in your leadership in your life, that your authenticity will shift then as well, but you're always in tune with it. So being genuine, being as transparent as you can will help you to, with that fear of being exposed as a fraud, because you understand who you really are. And authenticity fosters a genuine connection with other people because you're connecting with them authentically as who you are. You're not trying to be someone else. You don't have to remember to be a certain person. And it helps you to connect with people in a very genuine way. And then to build a supportive network that you can turn to when you're having doubts. I have people that I go to say, hey, this is where I'm at today. Can you help me? And we have a conversation. So that supportive network is so important, but you can only build that when you're coming from a place of authenticity. Tip number two, challenge those negative thoughts with positivity. And here's what I mean. We have to be aware of what our thoughts are, because I've got this cute little pin here. You become what you believe. And that's what happens with our thoughts. But you first have to be aware of the thoughts that you're thinking. So what I like to say is catch it, challenge it, change it. When you are having those thoughts that are doubtful, that are labeling you as an imposter, not good enough, whatever the case may be, catch it. Be aware that you're having those thoughts. So even though you've had that thought that isn't serving you, if you catch it, it's a win. Then you challenge it. You challenge that thought. Is it in fact true? Is it factual? Okay? Because likely it's not. Are there other people who are doing it? And if you know of other people that are doing it, if you see other people that are doing it, then you can have it too. And then reframe that thought. You change it. You change the thought to something that is positive, that allows you to move forward, that doesn't keep you stuck. So catch it, challenge it, change it is what you want to do when challenging negative thoughts and being more positive. Tip number 3 is to acknowledge your accomplishments. You know, this is something that, especially as high achieving professionals, we've got this list and we're going through that list. Okay, check on to the next thing, check on to the next thing, check on to the next thing. And what that does is that your internal, how do I want to put this? Your internal form of self-respect and confidence, your internal wisdom, your internal genius is helping you to accomplish these things. And it wants a big old woohoo, we did it. And when you don't celebrate your accomplishments, it's like disrespecting that. It's like disrespecting yourself. So instead, make a list of your accomplishments. Seriously, write down everything that you've accomplished in the past week, the past month, at performance evaluation time, at the end of the year, whatever it is, but make a list of your accomplishments, big and small, celebrate those accomplishments, but also look at them and reflect on the effort that you invested in them to achieve them. So I just achieved my certified speaking professional designation. I got a medal for a 5-year process. That is something that I had absolutely achieved. It was a nail biter of a process. It took 5 years, and work with myself, with my peers, with my clients, documentation. I need to acknowledge that. I need to understand what I invested into that and was able to achieve. And so do you. No matter how big or small, really understand what it took for you to accomplish that. That will help you to build your confidence and to beat your doubt. Number 4, embrace constructive criticism. We don't know it all. We don't know what we don't know sometimes to get ahead. And feedback is an opportunity to be able to get new information so that we can grow. And when we grow, we have an opportunity, we transcend to another level. So therefore we feel less inadequate because we're growing, we're moving, we've got momentum. So welcoming constructive criticism, feedback as a chance to improve and develop any of your skills or your leadership characteristics and talents. So remember, your self-worth isn't determined by the feedback. If it's valuable to you, great, take it in, use that new information to improve. If it isn't for you, chuck it. You don't need to take every piece of feedback that comes your way, but you do need to take some. So figure out what is most valuable to you. And then tip number 5 is cultivating that growth mindset, where you're always looking ahead, where you're looking to learn. You're looking to learn new things. You're looking to learn from things that didn't work out. You're embracing that feedback, that you know there is always possibility in your life to achieve something if you're willing to put in the effort, that you are not stuck where you're at. And I know in my life at one point, I asked, is this all there is? Is this all my life is going to be? In a place where I was in a very dark time. And I have heard other people ask those same questions. That is an indication that you're in a very fixed sort of mindset. So opening up and growing with your mindset, allowing yourself to look forward. What do you want instead will help you move forward. So don't let that self-doubt hold you back any longer. Take one of these tips, make it your first step to developing a brighter leadership future and leadership success on your terms. You get to say, you get to define it. So take these tips, and you're now on the path to defeating your doubts and embracing the confident, empowered, highest and best self that's within you. Because you know what? The world needs it. Your business needs it. Your industry needs it. No more hiding your light under a bushel. So remember, you're going to experience self-doubt at times. We all do, and that's okay. But just don't unpack and live there with it. Keep moving with the right mindset. Rise above those defeating thoughts and tap into your potential that is just waiting inside of you. So I'm Debbie Peterson of Getting to Clarity. And until the next time, here is wishing you all the clarity that you deserve. Take care and bye-bye for now. See you later.